Chapter 7 Hardness and Softness. Isn't it improper to leave the imperial edict waiting, don't you think so? Seeing his daughter Fang Xianxia treat the imperial edict with such indifference, Fang Zitao hesitated. It makes no difference. Fang Xianxia's fair face stayed calm. I do not wish to involve myself much in the mundane affairs of mortals. Besides, I am innately fond of quiet and loathe bustle. Leave the edict and the messenger for the rest of the household to handle. I will stay here in seclusion for a few days, to see which of the clan's disciples have potential for cultivation, and give them some guidance. Father, you should not be so obsessed with power either. Cultivate yourself more, and you may even get the chance to break through to the mystic realm of divine powers. Fang Zitao nodded. Originally, when the edict came to grant you the title of princess, our Fang clan was going to hold a grand celebration. But since you prefer quiet over excitement, we will handle it low-key. Also, what servants do you need for your residence on Yuhua Immortal Mountain? Father will arrange some reliable, loyal ones for you. Very well. Fang Xianxia closed her eyes slightly. There has been no trace of Bai Haichan for a whole month. Could it be that when he was badly wounded, he consumed the 9 apertures golden elixir, healed his injuries, and escaped? This proud daughter of heaven, true disciple of Yuhua sect of the renowned 10 immortal sects who commanded awe across the world, fell into deep thought. As she meditated, countless purple threads of lightning and streams of energy faintly emerged above her head, on the verge of condensing into cranes, dragons, galloping horses, all kinds of sentient beings. This was clearly an extremely powerful realm within the mystic realm of divine powers. I am just one step away from breaking through from the 3rd stage of divine power, the astral chi realm, to the 4th stage, the yin-yang realm, where I can temper my magical power and astral chi until yin and yang harmonize and gain sentience. This realm is no small achievement. Only when astral gains sentience can I reach the 5th stage of divine power, the heaven-man realm, where I can use my own divine power to connect to the veins of heaven and earth, lay all kinds of great formations with boundless power. Right now, only a few elders of the sect have reached the heaven-man realm. What a pity. I was supposed to obtain the flood dragon subduing Yellow Spring map this time, refine it, and use the power of this divine diagram to break through to the 5th stage heaven-man realm in one go, even go further to condense a divine seed and forge a divine dharma aspect. Unfortunately, I fell at the final hurdle. As she checked her own magical power and cultivation realm, Fang Xianxia revealed her extremely profound attainment and understanding of the immortal path. 7 stars trampled underfoot. It was another night, when cold stars blazed across the sky. Fang Han stood by the river, watching the orbits of the stars turn. Every muscle in his body rippled, like a continuous chain of stars, like a surging great river. He launched forward with the move 7 stars trampled underfoot, 7 steps flashed by in a blur, then he suddenly exploded into a kick. Kuei Star kicks the dipper. 1 lunge, 1 kick, 1 explosive burst. The force of his leg tore through the air, letting out a piercing, ear-splitting crack that carried far into the distance, sharp and fierce. Bang! A solid hardwood tree as thick as a man's wrist was snapped clean in half by the kick. Crack! 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 Then Fang Han kicked out 13 more times in quick succession. A flurry of leg shadows shrouded his body, his strikes as sharp as blades and heavy as axes, hacking hard at the surrounding trees until every single one felled. After snapping 14 trees in a row, he did not even breathe heavily or flush. He pulled back his stance, churned up the sand and dirt under his feet, drew a smooth full circle with his left hand, and a perfect square with his right. He stood rooted to the spot, like an ancient 1,000-year-old pine tree with its roots coiled deep into rock, motionless and unyielding. Left hand draws a circle, right hand draws a square, hardness and softness complement each other. I never thought I could master the forms and step into the 4th realm of mortal flesh, the hardness-softness realm, in just 3 nights. The 9 apertures golden elixir truly laid such a solid foundation for me. It looks like breaking through to the 5th realm, the divine strength realm, is not far off at all. The medicinal power of the 9 apertures golden elixir emanated from near his heart. A warm flow of energy carrying a faint fragrance spread throughout his entire body with his blood. The ache in his legs from kicking through the trees was immediately healed by the warm current. Fang Han's month of devilish strength training had laid an incredibly solid foundation. Now, after just 3 days of practicing forms, he had already mastered them perfectly. He had polished the 2 killer moves 7 stars trampled underfoot and Kuei star kicks the dipper from 7-star fist to absolute perfection, with devastating killing power. The 7-star fist of Xianxia Gate did not have many forms, but every move held the mysteries of star orbits and the structure of the mortal body. 7 stars trampled underfoot was a profound footwork, while Kuei star kicks the dipper was a sharp leg technique for slaying enemies. Fang Han mastered them one by one and reached the 4th realm, the hardness-softness realm. For core disciples of the Fang clan, even the most talented among them needed at least 3 to 5 years of day and night practice to reach the hardness-softness realm. But Fang Han had reached this realm in just 3 short months. Feeling himself grow stronger day by day, Fang Han returned home contentedly in the dark to rest. He had only slept for 2 hours, when at the 3rd watch of the night, he suddenly sensed commotion breaking out outside. Then someone pounded violently on his door. He quickly rolled out of bed, opened the door, and found the chief steward of the stables standing there. "Steward, what is the matter? Why wake me at the 3rd watch? Hurry! Hurry up!" the chief steward said anxiously. "Early this morning, Second Miss is going on a long journey. You go bring out Qianlixiu and go with her." "A long journey? Where to?" Fang Han froze. "What business do you have asking so many questions? We are servants, we only follow our master's orders. Do you want another whipping from Second Miss?" The steward scolded him, then hurried off into the distance. Fang Han dared not delay, and rushed out immediately. Even though he had obtained this incredible fortuitous encounter, his cultivation was still shallow after all, and he had no strength to cast off his identity as a servant. What was more, he needed to rely on the Fang clan's influence to enter Yuhua sect. He was also deeply curious about the legendary 10 immortal sects, the dwelling place of immortals. He ran to the stables, led Qianlixiu out, then arrived at the square in front of the main gate of the Fang clan's residence. The Fang clan was the #1 aristocratic family in Longyuan. The square in front of their residence was built grand and imposing, with dozens of rows of stone lions, tigers, Pixiu, and Qilin standing guard at the gate, immensely majestic. A person standing on the square felt incredibly small, and a feeling of awestruck trepidation rose in their heart unbidden. By now, many servants and guards were already standing on the square. Cart after cart was loaded with gold, silver, and jewels. Numerous well-equipped warriors in full armor, along with maidservants, all stood waiting. Like stars surrounding the moon, the crowd clustered around several core members of the Fang clan as they walked out of the gate. Fang Han's gaze immediately landed on a woman in white among them, pure and immaculate, unlike any ordinary mortal. The moment she stepped out, everyone else paled in comparison. Heaven and earth seemed to turn into a fairyland, rippling with an otherworldly aura everywhere. All other people faded from sight, only this woman remained, her aura deeply imprinted into the mind of anyone who saw her. Is she a fairy from the moon, or a dragon princess from the undersea palace? Fang Han felt a chill in his heart. He knew this was Fang Qingxue, the eldest miss of the Fang clan, true disciple of Yuhua sect, a peerless expert in the mystic realm of divine powers who had killed by Haichan. He had originally thought that the eldest miss of the Fang clan who could kill by Haichan would be overwhelmingly powerful, sharp and fierce in aura, brimming with killing intent, impossible to look directly at. But he never expected her to be so otherworldly, so ethereal, as mist and clouds. Judging from her outer aura, Fang Qingxue had none of the sharp edge of a top expert, only the graceful ethereality of a peerless beauty, like an immortal goddess in ancient poetry. Those who cultivate to the mystic realm of divine powers all have a unique aura. Master Bai Haichan was right. After glancing at her, Fang Han remembered Bai Heikin's words and quickly lowered his head. But as if she had sensed something, Fang Qingxue turned her immortal gaze towards his direction, and her eyes swept over Fang Han from afar. Qingwei, what is the name of that slave holding Tianlikshu? After sweeping her gaze over Fang Han, Fang Qingxue looked away and asked softly if second Miss Fang Qingwei beside her. With just one glance, Fang Han had caught Fang Qingxue's attention. Would it be fortune or misfortune?